Less hostility from Iran continues to mount. The Trump administration's redoubling its efforts against the violent regime. Here's One America's Hubbard with the latest.
Last night, at my direction, the United States military successfully executed a flawless precision strike that killed the #1 terrorist anywhere in the world, Qasem Soleimani.
1 year after the execution of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, the Trump administration is standing firm against the Islamic Republic's attacks against international peace and its sponsoring of terror organizations. Sunday was marked in Iran with large public gatherings and demonstrations, as well as addresses from regime officials who vowed revenge against America over Soleimani's death.
Those who took part in this assassination and crime will not be safe on this earth. It's definite.
Followers of the regime and its sympathizers in neighboring Iraq also took part in the gatherings, expressing open hostility against the United States.
The main revenge still remains, and it will be done when it is the proper time, and they themselves know it. Iranian leaders know the proper time. We are definitely waiting for the main revenge to see the reaction of our enemies, the United States and Israel.
Ahead of the 1 year mark of Soleimani's death and anticipating a potential rise in hostilities from the Iranian regime and its terrorist proxies in the region, the Department of State released a video last week clarifying the Trump administration's policy towards Iran, pointing to the violent history that has followed the Ayatollah's rise to power following the Iranian Revolution. The State Department highlights the regime's continued support of global terror and the need to oppose it to ensure the continuation of the rules-based international order.
Since taking power in 1979, the Islamic Republic of Iran has sown instability and terror across the Middle East and around the world. For decades, the Iranian regime has been the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, funneling money and weapons to terrorist proxies such as Hezbollah and Hamas.
The State Department also stressed the urgency of preventing Iran from developing nuclear weapons, as the acquisition of these by a regime bent on destabilization and the sponsoring of state terror would represent an existential threat not only to its regional neighbors, but potentially to America itself. In response to these threats, the Trump administration has adopted a policy of maximum pressure, both by implementing economic sanctions targeting the Islamic Republic's revenue sources and through military efforts to curtail its Revolutionary Guard support of extremist organizations in the region. In addition, President Trump has withdrawn the U.S. from the Obama administration's Iran nuclear deal, which would have seen billions of American taxpayer dollars go to the regime, without sustainably blocking its path to full nuclear armament.
America will not be held hostage to nuclear blackmail. We will not allow American cities to be threatened with destruction, and we will not allow a regime that chants death to America to gain access to the most deadly weapons on earth.
Hubbard, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.